Hi crafty friends! I'm here with a 12x12 inspired by Laura Bassen. And if you don't know Laura Bassen, I will leave her link in the doodah. Go check her out. She's an amazing card maker, kind of a clean and graphic and always perfect colours, and her videos are witty and yeah, she's great. Go check her out. So as you can see, I am cutting up squares. I tried to make a cut file and cut them on my Cameo, but I failed. I don't know if it was the cardstock or what, it just didn't work. So I was cutting other files on my Cameo. I stuck my ear defenders on and just sat and chopped at my little mini guillotine. Didn't take that long, and it was quite easy to get them fairly accurate because it's got lines along the guillotine. I don't know what the lines are meant to indicate. I thought that they were 1/2 inch lines, but the squares ended up at 37mm, which is not 1/2 inch, so it's just got random lines on it as far as I can tell. Anyway, I'm using a sheet of Stick It adhesive. I've never used it before, but I had it in my stash and thought it would probably be the best thing. I need something completely sticky to stick these onto. And it did the job. I didn't quite work out as I was intending at the end, but we'll get to that bit. So I'm just piecing together my triangles to make squares in rainbow order and trimming out the strips as I go. I wish I'd done it this fast. It actually didn't take that long and it was strangely therapeutic piecing them all together. I did get sticky scissors, clean them up with my adhesive eraser. Off camera I played around with all my squares, all my strips and my squares, and worked out that a 6x6 grid filled up the page quite nicely. I had 2 little squares left over, but I didn't think it made it didn't make the colour scheme not make sense, if you see what I mean by leaving out 2. I added some white stitching as a detail but also as a guide. Here's where the Stick It didn't work. I thought that I would be able to peel the squares off and they would all stay stuck together. It does not work like that. And that's fine. It's very good for what it does, but it just didn't do what I thought it did. So I'm now leaving them on the backing paper and just trimming them out and sticking them down. Some of them are going down flat, some of them are going on 1mm foam pads, and some of them are going on 3mm foam pads. So you're going to get different heights and varying dimension. Back to that sewing. I did a border, a square around where the I'm saying square a lot, aren't I? Around where the square is going to go. I didn't get my measurements quite well. Actually, I think my measurements were okay. It's just that my lines weren't straight or where I intended them to be. So I added another line of stitching. So I've got a double square around the square, which is framing the colourful squares, keeping them all in order, but also adding a nice detail and texture of stitching. I'm using a black and white photo, and I've popped that on a layer of white cardstock that's also got stitching around the outside, and then I've popped that up on foam. And I need a title, and there was a bit of finger tapping and wandering, and I auditioned all of my alphas. We tried grey to match the photo, we tried little black ones, we tried lots of white. White foam was going to be the choice, but didn't have any E's, and I needed 2 E's and 2 S's. And we backed and forwards and backed and forwards. We're going to go with flat cardstock stickers. A nice tall alpha for his name, and then a smaller one for the date down the bottom as well. I felt that white was my best bet. Black added something that didn't need to be added. There's no black on there, and the black and white photo doesn't really have any black. It's grey, and so black alphas just kind of stood out too much. As for embellishing, how do you embellish the most colourful page in history? Sequins, obviously. I tried out some of the clear, sparkling, iridescent type ones, which were lovely, and I would happily have used them, but I had the idea that I would go through my sequin stash and see if I could colour match. I'm not sure what it says about me that I did have perfect colour match sequins for pretty much every colour I've used. So I went with that, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. There you go. Just a few groups of 3 around the page, and that's, I think, all it needed. It's clean and colourful, and I love it. So thank you to Laura Bassen for the inspiration. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one.